This is every Easter egg, cameo, and hidden detail in Captain America Brave New World, and all I gotta say is this mean a little bit something to me. Not only did we get Red Hulk, we also got some crazy cameos and some insane teases for the future of the MCU. And me and you, we gotta talk about it. This is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. Off rip, we get reintroduced to Thunderbolt Ross, who was previously played by William Hurt, but due to his unfortunate passing, was recast with Harrison Ford. And Thunderbolt Ross has just become president. But in his victory speech, he references the snap and the blip, the giant celestial Tiamat that's sticking out of Earth, and we even get a flashback scene where Harrison Ford has the classic mustache. They reference the Harlem fight from The Incredible Hulk, and they even call Ross a Hulk hunter. During Captain America's mission, it's revealed to the audience that he got his wings and his suit from Wakanda, something that we learned in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but for the general audience, there's your introduction. That means not only is his shield made out of vibranium, his wings and his suit are too, and they can absorb and redistribute kinetic energy just like Black Panther's suit. So he's basically like Black Panther but with wings and without the herb. We meet some of the villains in the film in the Serpent Society. My bad, they actually just go by Serpent now in the MCU. And Giancarlo Esposito plays Sidewinder, the leader of Serpent. And it turns out that big dude that Captain America fights is supposed to be Copperhead from the Serpent Society. But you know, they took all the sauce from the Serpent Society and just made them Serpent. I actually think this is the role that Seth Rollins was supposed to play before they cut his scenes and a bunch of all the other Serpent Society member scenes. And we even got these set photos before they deleted the scene. And we were supposed to get more members of the Serpent Society, like Rosa Salazar was supposed to play Diamondback, but it looks like they cut it all. You already know we got the return of Red Wing, but this time he's got twins. Twins! Go ahead, pet him, he's cute. We get reintroduced to Joaquin Torres, who's gonna be the new Falcon in the MCU going forward. We got a Mexican Falcon. We ain't had one of those since Tony Gonzalez. This shit really means something to me. This one's easy to miss, but when Sam's fighting Copperhead, he tosses his shield to the side, takes his goggles off, and doesn't use his wings. Put the gun down, fight like a man. Which definitely is a callback to the Winter Soldier opening when Cap takes his helmet off, doesn't use his shield, and just fights Batroc the Leaper with fists. Au revoir, mother. Sam does the classic shield stomp to put it back on his forearm, +1 to the aura form. We get the tombstone for Karen Lee Ross, who is General Ross's wife. Joaquin asks Sam if he can meet Ant-Man. Sam is obviously still annoyed between this interaction. Tic-tac. We get the return of Isaiah Bradley from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series, who not only is a super soldier, but was Captain America sent on missions, specifically in the Korean War, which Sam actually fought to get all of this recognition put up in the museum after his own country locked him away for 30 years and tried to hide his existence for going against orders to save his team. Crazy. But Isaiah Bradley breaks the chains off of a punching bag just like Steve Rogers in the first Avengers movie. Thought we wouldn't notice. Sam talks about how him, Nat, and Steve were all hunted by Ross during the Sokovia Accords. Sam says he's just getting used to the new look when he sees Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross shaved his mustache, which feels a lot like when they recast Rhodey with Don Cheadle. They said lose the mustache or lose the election. And I could be tripping, but Harrison Ford in the White House, could this be a nice little nod to this? We learn that the Avengers are still disassembled, and President Ross wants Sam to rebuild the Avengers. We then get a direct reference to the Sokovia Accords, which basically means like you need to register if you're a superhero and you work for the government now, baby. Side note, but I love how they show that Sam can speak multiple different languages from Spanish, Japanese, you name it, he got it on Duolingo. We learn that there's a worldwide treaty for trying to gather resources from Tiamat Island because it's made out of adamantium, the world's most versatile metal. And the first ever harvested version of adamantium was stolen by the Serpent, but retrieved back by Cap. But Ross mentions his versatility in medicine, which feels like a tease to Bullseye's adamantium bones, and also research facilities. If you don't know, adamantium is the metal that's on Wolverine's skeleton, and this research facility could be teasing the Weapons Plus program, which is all about weaponizing enhanced individuals. And we actually have a whole bunch of examples in the MCU already. Sam makes a reference to the trigger words that cause Bucky to be mind controlled, and Sam gets a new Captain America suit, which looks a lot like the Winter Soldier suit, but that's drip regardless. We see some old photos in Sam Wilson's desk, like this one from the Winter Soldier with him and his wingman Riley. We get the introduction of Ruth Betsaroff, who in the comics is an Israeli mutant superhero called Sabra, but they change her origins to just be a former Black Widow, and the Red Room gets mentioned. Camp Echo 1, where the leader is being held captive, is a reference to Camp Echo 1 from the comics that would sometimes hold Bruce Banner. Throughout the movie, the leader has found a way to mind control people by playing a song called Mr. Blue, which is a direct reference and callback to his username from when he was talking to Bruce Banner over the internet. We even see old footage of Samuel Stearns at that college. We also find out that the leader was actually taken in by Serpent after the events of Incredible Hulk, which means it retcons the fact that Black Widow was the one who found the leader and took him to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters to be studied. So it looks like Fury's big weekend canon no more. Speaking of Black Widow, we get a mention to General Ross's heart problems from that movie. We get a fucking Bucky Barnes cameo, and this shit really meant something to me. Not only do we learn that this man is a congressman, the entire government in the MCU is filled with a bunch of murderers. So it is kind of like real life. But Sam tells Bucky that he should have taken that super soldier serum because he's not Steve. He doesn't know if he can do this all day. But Bucky gives Sam a great pep talk, tells him that Steve Rogers gives people something to believe in, but you give them something to aspire to be. Because you're just a regular guy. We can actually try to be like you, Cap. That's what makes you special. Not no super soldier serum. And then of course at the end, Sam makes fun of him by saying, did your speechwriters write that for you? Which is a similar joke that he told Cap after he gives that speech in Winter Soldier. We hear Betty Ross on the phone. We find out the leader has been held captive for 16 years and he's the real reason Ross is president. This soldier, who's a friend of Sam Wilson and who gets killed by the leader unfortunately, is named Dunphy. I don't know if he was supposed to be Dennis Dunphy, a Demolition Man, but if he is, the Demolition Man was gone too soon. We find out Ross becomes the Red Hulk because the leader made some pills for him to take that he thought was just saving his life and his heart. Ross knew the perk was fake, but he still ate it because he's a gremlin. And they kept his heating factor. This is the entire reason that he turns red, because he can't regulate his body temperature, and the hotter he gets, the more he gasses out. The Washington monument gets fucked again in the MCU. J. Jonah Jameson be like, this is Spider-Man's fault. My brother in Christ, when the Red Hulk did the thunderclap, I lost my mind. That's an iconic signature Hulk move that we've seen plenty of times throughout the MCU. Then we get that scene where Sam talks down the Red Hulk to try to become human again. And it's gotta be a reference to, hey, big guy, son's getting real low. But it's actually a reference to Sam's group therapy. He has an incredible way with words. So much so that Sam inspired Steve to keep this on after the snap. And that's just one of the major reasons he chose him to be the next Captain America. Give him a salute. Ross gets taken to the Raft, which is a high security prison for superpowered individuals in the middle of the fucking ocean. Along with Willis Stryker, Trish Walker, and Zemo, Ross joins a ragtag group of individuals. I wonder if Sidewinder was taken to the Raft too. But then we finally get the Betty Ross cameo when she visits her dad at the Raft, returning to a role from 15 years ago. Sam confirms that he's going to be reassembling the Avengers, saying the world needs them. Joaquin asks for a Wakandan suit upgrade. And finally, in the post-credits scene, the leader teases that the others are coming, other worlds, which is teasing Doomsday and Secret Wars. The multiverse ain't never gonna stop coming. But those were all the Easter eggs, cameos, and hidden details that I was able to find. Let me know which ones you found down in the comments below. And as always, like and follow for more.